Did you see the review?
I saw it. Took a screenshot and I went, I can't even mention it to her. Last year, the man who fell off the roof in the middle of the night.
Of your roof? Do not send me. I will block you on everything if you try and send us it. Well, I'm not going to get my foot out right now.
Why? They are a beautiful trainer. I looked at them earlier.
Oh, thanks. And everyone's making so much noise. Just stop shouting at me, dog. Should we actually just quickly speak about this dilemma? Because
so it's really
that wasn't the dilemma.
No, it wasn't.
Hi guys, and welcome back to Mama Social, the podcast. I'm Lauren.
And I'm Kayleigh, and we're here to talk about motherhood, womanhood, and all things adulthood.
So grab yourself a bev and enjoy.
That was better, wasn't it?
A little bit quicker, yeah.
I liked it.
Less fuss.
How are you?
I am wonderful, very hot. Right now the weather has changed and we know that I can't cope in this heat. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm out the house with leggings on. I don't know why I've done that to myself today. But
and a black jumpery top.
Yeah, don't know why I've done that either.
Well, I had no summer clothes in the winter wardrobe, and I don't watch the news anymore.
All right.
That's my thing, because it just gives us anxiety. So I didn't know it was supposed to be hot this weekend, so I had to get I don't know if you do this, the suitcase down of your holiday clothes.
I don't do that. All my clothes are just all of my clothes. I don't have summer, winter, and like store them away. I've just got everything
like a bear
in the wardrobe all at
summer,
once.
Like the holiday clothes, like nice dresses, loose pants.
Yeah.
And I thought, fuck, do they even fit? So I put them on. There was a couple of things from Shein. So yeah, but I didn't know it was a thing. Didn't know it was coming this week. I still thought it was pissing down.
See, I don't watch the news, but I do look at the weather app.
No, you don't.
Every day?
The weather app?
Yeah.
Oh, hold on though. Is that because of where Oaks goes to nursery?
Well, yeah, and I want to know what the weather's going to be like so I can plan my day.
Shut up.
Uh-huh.
Do people do that?
Well, I do. Should do what? You don't look at the weather app to see if it's going to rain at a point in the day and that you might need to take the rain cover for the pram?
No.
Oh, I do.
The rain cover just stays under the
See, I think
pram?
the rain cover takes up quite a bit of room.
No, mine is so compacted down.
I can't be bothered to fold mine up. It just gets flung in there.
No, it's literally like packed in at the bottom.
Yeah.
It's delightful. Anyway, should we get back to the podcast?
Absolutely.
So, should we start off with our pits and peak of the week?
Go on then.
Pits and peaks.
Jingle.
How did you feel about the jingles?
Lovely.
I just kept laughing at them.
Lovely. My pit and peak of this week. My pit of the week is going to be... It's going to be, and I'm going to have to mention it at the beginning of the podcast, sorry guys. The pit of my week is how many times I say like and how much I noticed it in last week's podcast. You could literally make a drinking game out of how many times I say like.
So did suggest that we do a drinking game today, but the girls said no.
No, it's a bit too early.
It's a bit too early, but because we'd be mortal in 10 minutes, I think.
Yeah, we would be.
Is that a northern thing?
I think it is a northern thing. I think northern people do say like a lot. But when I was listening to myself tell me birth story, I was like, I wanted to reach through the phone and throttle myself. Because why can't I come up with a better word then? And he was like, and I was like, and he was like, and I was like. So I'm going to try and be a little bit conscious of it this week and try and think of other things to say other than like.
But what else? Well, you'd just get on with the sentence, wouldn't you, instead of interjecting?
You just probably wouldn't say like. Just I think you can do the sentence without the like in it.
Okay.
So we'll see how that goes.
I'm excited. But I don't notice it. When you text saying, why am I saying like all of the time? I was like, oh yeah. Like you do. I've just said like. But I do think it's more of a northern thing. Mm-hmm. Listeners, get involved. Do you say like? Are you from the north?
Did you play a drinking game last week? How drunk were you?
That would be such a good girls' night.
It would.
Get the girls down on a Saturday. Watch the podcast.
Watch
and drink every time, Lauren. But you know what I was impressed with? You didn't yawn.
I didn't yawn.
So good. Eileen, were you proud?
I know.
Were you proud, Eileen?
I am a little bit worried about the yawning today just because it's hot. But I'm going to really try and, stay focused on the not saying like and not yawning. My peak of the week would be the podcast getting to number 22 in the parenting charts. Woo!
20 fucking 2.
Yeah.
Like, we're not even touching the sides yet, man.
Nah.
We're 22 on our first week back.
Just getting going.
Stunning.
Glorious.
Isn't it, though?
Mm-hmm.
Like, thanks, everybody, for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much. Leave a review. And a 5-star rating, please. Oh, my God. Actually, so because I was looking at the charts, right?
Did you see?
The review? Did you see the review?
I saw it. Took a screenshot and I went, I can't even mention it to her.
The top review on the...
Can we read it?
Yeah, read it out.
Can I read it like, I'm going to call her Janice.
Yeah.
This is our troll, Janice.
Honestly, I couldn't stop laughing at it. But then I was thinking,
what did she say?
Read it out with me.
So the tagline is good but.
Good but.
So she clearly listens. Thanks for listening.
Yeah, thanks so much for listening.
We love you going out of your way and, giving us a review. But come on, Janice.
I'm all for constructive criticism. If you can call it that. Come
Ready? I'm going to do an accent. No, I'm not. Lauren is so shouty and aggressive. She seems to think what she says is right and no one can disagree. Tone it down slightly and calm down.
Oh, God. But you know what I thought, right? I read it and I thought, you know what? I'm like the most city on the fence person ever.
I do not think
and I'm not very opinionated. Like I'm just...
That is not true.
I'm not that opinionated. I was thinking, I wonder which episode she's listened to and she's got pissed off about. The only one I could think about is when we were talking about people, basically women sleeping with people's husbands. And I did get a little bit thingy about that. So I thought, well, if the shoe fits, Janet, and that one annoyed you.
No, you are not city on the fencey. So if you think that's you, then...
I think I'm quite city on the fencey.
Absolutely not.
Like I always like to see things from every side and...
Yeah, but that's not city on the fencey. That's like being like...
great human.
Like if I need somebody to tell me straight...
Yeah.
Or give me an opinion that is not going to be just because you're my friend, I would never ring you and be like, Lauren, I think this. And you know when you know some friends that are like, just go...
Are going to agree with you.
Dale's a dick.
Uh-huh.
But if I was being the dick, you'd be like, kill, no. Like,
yeah.
And you would always give your opinion, so no.
Yeah, but I'm not like shouty and thingy about it.
Maybe that's just because
you're maybe northern. I am, and you know what? I own that if, you know...
Oh man, yeah, I didn't want to say. I was like, I don't know if I would want to say, but I'm so happy to say.
I read it and I was really. At first, I read it and I thought, oh, why me? And then I thought about it and I thought, I don't actually really care that much.
But let's read this other one. The tagline is brilliant. Oh, bloody brilliant! 5 stars. I listen to this podcast while I'm working, when I'm driving, when I'm walking the dog. I'm addicted. I just love it. I've listened to other mum podcasts, but I genuinely feel like I've sat with a group of friends chatting. It's so real and raw, but it's just like a comfort to me now. Keep being... Oh, it's a photo and I didn't download the rest of it. But keep being you.
Oh, see, that's a nice one.
Like we need...
That's lovely.
But the one below, ages ago, was... This sound quality shit.
Oh, yeah. But remember, you did have my mic turned off for the first 10 weeks.
9 weeks.
So maybe that's why I was quite shouty.
That was the shouty one?
Maybe that I was shouting because no one could hear us at first.
The first 10 minutes of
Kayleigh
episode 9, she's just shouting at me. So maybe it was that one. I am dripping.
It is. It's a very warm day. But please tell me your pits and peaks.
Ooh! Let's go to the phone. So, peak of the week, Eva turned 3.
Yeah.
Yay. But I feel like she turned 3 and turned into a bitch overnight.
Oh, three-nager. They say that happens, don't they?
She didn't have this 2, what's the 2 one?
Terrible
Two.
twos.
She didn't have that. She's stamping her foot. She's saying no.
Ooh,
she's
madam.
only been 3 since Friday. And it's like she's had a personality change. I'm like, where the hell is our Ben gone? But we had a beautiful barbecue. I'm glad the weather was good because I'd organised a barbecue thinking it'll be good. That was lovely. And, Freddie, right, on Thursday night, went into his bedroom, did a card, because I obviously bought a card. He went and wrote it out. And I heard him, me and Dale were looking at each other. He was smashing about his room. And he was like, Mammy, come here. And I came in and he gave us a card. And he said, have a read. So I opened it and it said, to Eva, my princess.
Aww.
Love you, Freddie. And he'd been smashing about his safe and he'd put £10 in a card.
Oh, that's adorable.
Isn't he the best?
Oh, that's really cute.
So then I shouted to him,
my princess.
My princess. He never fucking called her a princess.
Special occasion.
But he was smashing about because he couldn't get in his little safe thing, with the windy.
Oh, right, yeah. As if he has a safe.
Yeah, it's a kid's dinosaur one.
Okay.
I think he got it for his birthday off my brother last year. But it doesn't fucking work. Like the tick, 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 tick bit.
Yeah.
It's so fiddickety.
I don't know.
Hard.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was just lovely. And it made us think of how, and I know we've said this a few times, but how quick these 3 years have gone, but how much we've done in these 3 years and how life has changed so dramatically.
I can't get over how quick life goes.
Mad.
Even when I think now, we're in the middle of May, and I think next month's going to be June, it's summer again.
Don't.
Then it'll be September, then it's Christmas.
Don't, because we're behind on a lot of stuff for Mama Soch. And I'm like,
oh no.
No. So that was a peak. Thank you very much, Eva, for bringing joy
to our lives.
But stop being a bitch. Amen. Pete, remember the story of the man on me roof?
No.
Did I never tell you this? I must have told you. Last year, the man who fell off the roof in the middle of the night.
Of your roof?
Have I never told you? Clearly not.
No.
So
Santa Claus? Is that you?
So, this man was on our roof, this young
Why?
lad. Well, Dale thought he was trying, it was October, November time last year.
Uh-huh.
I must have told you. Guys, if you're listening to this, and we've already said this story, I do apologise, but there was a spree of burglaries on tradesmen's houses.
Right.
Where young'uns would be paid to go, because we've got CCTV, to go onto people's roofs and turn the cameras away from the vans. And you don't realise they're turned away. And then they break into your garages, your vans, all that stuff. So I got to bed. Obviously, we live in a bungalow. So I'd gone to bed. And I heard doof, doof. And I was like, what's that? And I just went, there's somebody on the roof. And I said, Dale, there's somebody on the roof. And he went, what? I went, there's somebody on our roof. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, into me planter outside my bedroom. And I was like, do you think somebody's fell off the roof?
Do you think he heard you shouting there's someone on the roof? And then got a shock and had to scurry away?
So Dale jumped out the house. And ran round, and there was this young'un leaning against our fence on the road. And he was like, what the fuck are you doing? And he was about 18. He was like, I'm just waiting here. He said, no, me fucking plants are all dead. You've just fell off our roof. What are you doing on our roof?
So what was he doing? Pretending to be drunk?
I don't know. So Dale got in his van, because there was a van at the bottom of our street. And our street is a little old people's home.
Yeah.
It's not a little.
Yeah.
It's bungalows, and we're the youngest people in there. Beautiful street. But this transit van at the bottom, Dale drove down in his big transit van to be like, what the fuck's going on? Pulled up in front of it, side by side, and he said, what the fuck's going on? And it was an Irish man. And he was like, it's okay, son. I'll not do an accent. I'll come and talk to you tomorrow. And Dale was like, what? He was like, I'll talk to you tomorrow. And he drove away. And this young'un jumped in the van and he fucked off. Well, Dale did not sleep last night, because he was like, they were moving our cameras. We've been targeted. Da 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 da. Obviously, Dale being Dale, made some phone calls, found out what the crack was, and it was that. And then an old boy that we know who is a bit dodgy, but good to know in these circumstances, came over the house.
I feel like this has turned into an episode of like criminal something. I don't know what.
Under ground. He came over and he said, we found out who it was, and we've told him
back.
he's not coming back, or we'll break his legs. And I was like, oh dearie me. Then all of a sudden, in the middle of this conversation on the drive, this old Irish man got out of a transit van and came to our drive and was like, I just want to apologise. I'm not going to do the accent. Just going to apologise for last night. And he was like, was it you? He said, yeah. And he was going, what was going on? And he said, me grandson was being a dick at a meal, got pissed, and he jumped out the car and just ran to the top of the street and started climbing on your fence to climb onto your roof to be like, fuck you. And he said he was stood saying, fuck you, and he fell off the roof. And I was like, what? And Dale went, well, yeah. He said, well, what were you doing in our street? He said, that's my house. So this old boy lives at the bottom of the street. So the people that have been told don't come in our street with break your legs wasn't even them. It was actually just this old man's grandson dicking about on our thing. Anyway, I thought that was happening again. So I was putting Eva to bed on Friday night after her birthday, and I heard we're getting the garden done, so there's loads of tools and stuff outside, big barrows and that. And I thought, somebody's in the garden. So I opened the blinds, and I was like, fucking hell, what's going on?
Ready to go.
I was ready to go.
I don't know if I'd be ready to go.
And I was going, Dale, there's somebody in the garden. I could hear them smashing about. Da, da, da. And he was like, what? I was like, there's somebody in the garden. So he jumped out, got in his van again, and went round the side of the house. And I ran out the back garden because I'm a bit aggy. And I was stood and I could hear these two blokes going, he thinks we're breaking into his house. The other one went, what do you mean? He says, that youngun's van's on that drive. He said, he's drove out. He said, watch him. The twat's going to turn round. And he drove back and he went, look, he's going to pull back on the drive. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? And Dale got in the house and he went, it's fucking milkman, Kayleigh. They were transferring the buckets and like the milk. And I was like, it literally sounded like they were in the garden, but they were like up against the road next to our fence. But I just had the shittest night's sleep then, because then I was thinking about everything. So
it was one of those night sleep where, well, what if it was this? And what if this happened? And
maybe that was a ruse.
That happened?
Maybe they weren't milkmen. But no, that was fun. I can't believe I never told you the story of the boy on the roof.
You know, when I get I've spoken before about like the intrusive thoughts that I have late at night about accidents. Mm-hmm. So I've got a big play park thing in the back garden, like a big play area thing in the back garden now. And every single night when I'm going to bed, I just imagine that there's a fall with a head bang on a bit of this wall and then darkness.
For you?
Well, no, not me.
For anybody.
I feel like I can't always say it out loud because I get so like I don't want to put it in the universe. But like I can't not think about it. I'd go to bed sweating.
I'm like this. I'm absolutely dripping.
Absolutely dripping.
Can you see how hot I am?
Yeah, I can. It's the LED. What's this? The neon sign is glittering on your face on the beads of sweat. I'm gonna have a sweat patch on the bottom of my back, 100%.
Well, how's your face not sweating?
I don't know.
We need to invest in some aircon or ice packs.
Ice.
Do apologise, guys.
Just having a 5-second pause while
Dabbing.
Kayleigh blots away.
So intrusive thoughts of that.
Yep.
How high is it?
What?
The fucking Wendy housey.
Like high-ish.
Right.
But it's the wall that's bothering us.
What?
Like I can just imagine a head on the wall. Because the head's like the head. The wall is like just over my knee height. So like perfect. I can't say it out loud.
Do you need the wall?
I would assume so.
Is it a retaining wall?
It's a retaining wall. I think it is.
Buy some rubber.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Some of that tube and stuff.
Yeah.
Like a noodle that you float in the pool with.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Buy that, cut it in half, stick it around the corner.
I think I'm going to attempt to do that.
It's not going to look aesthetically pleasing,
No.
but who gives a toss?
No.
You know how everyone's always scared about falling down my steps in my garden?
Mm-hmm.
Because of that time Freddie did and Dale caught him. On Sunday, we had friends over and one of the little boys just was not, when kids just become clumsy overnight.
Yeah.
Or he was tired or something. He just kept falling over everything. And he was walking towards the stairs. And every time we went to the stairs, he was looking the opposite way. But they're like slate, like stairs, steep. He fucking fell down head first. But luckily, there was a balance bike at the bottom of the stairs. So the wheel of the balance bike caught his head.
Oh,
like, if that wasn't there.
That was lucky.
Like, he didn't have a scratch on him.
Yeah.
Everyone just went,
just bounced.
And he was like, what is going on? Like, somebody get hold of his hand. Like,
see, like I would
he's
go to bed
same
and
age as the Bairns, though.
I would think about that for a year.
I'm going to send you the video of Dale catching Freddie.
I thought you were going to say him falling down. I don't want to see it.
No, he did fall down.
I don't want to see that.
But he didn't.
I don't want to see it. Just don't send us it, please. I don't want to see it.
You don't have steps. You have stairs.
I've got stairs. I just don't want to see it. I get anxiety about accidents. Don't want to see it. Do not send me it. I will block you on everything if you try and send us it. Okay?
Yes, agreed. I mean, over and out. I've heard you.
Yeah.
I've come across something that I'm really enjoying.
What?
The Hoof GP.
What?
So.
On TikTok. The sexy man.
No.
Oh, what? What are you talking about?
Why? No, it's the
hoof GP.
Hoof GP.
So like a horse hoof.
Somebody.
Have you not seen the sexy man doing it?
No.
Oh my God, you need to find him. I follow him on TikTok. I'll find him.
You need to send me him.
Yeah.
Because I just listened to this.
So he does
British
all that.
man.
He does all of the scraping of the hooves and all that,
and
like
the
good
sanding
stuff to watch. But he is fucking beautiful. He is
stunning.
Oh.
Right, so that's my thing on a night. You know, when people watch reality TV, they like dumb out their lives.
I like to watch chiropractors
with microphones on.
Mm-hmm.
Mine's this now, Hoof GP of slicing and dicing.
I can't believe you haven't been watching the sexy man do it.
I've just came across it. It's now me jam.
I can't.
So send me the sexy one.
I can't wait.
There was something else. Oh my God! On that note, have you seen the sexy but not sexy man on Instagram that cooks?
No.
But he's like, he'll cook a cake, right? But then he starts fingering the cake. Like, he does the weirdest shit.
It sounds odd.
Right, let me find your room quickly. It's like, I sent it to the girls ages ago, like Tash and Dee. Mm-hmm. And they were like, I said, I don't know if I'm turned on or completely icked out. And they were like, completely icked out.
Yeah, I feel like it sounds like that.
And me and Dale ended up watching loads of his stuff the other night. And he's like bare-chested, fingering cream.
What, as if you and Dale had just sat there?
In the garden watching the Ouroboros or whatever. What was that thing?
What?
The colour.
Oh, I missed that.
I did.
I missed the Aurora. Is that what it's called? Aurora.
Aurora.
I missed it. I was going to sleep and then I did see people posting it on their Instagram story and I thought, I need to go and see that. So I looked out my window, couldn't see it and thought, I'm too tired. I went to sleep.
I'm going to send you that man. Right? Yeah. But if any of yous out there that know who I'm talking about, because I've forgotten his name, so I had to be sitting scrolling. He's got slick black hair. He's got 3 million followers and he just fingers cream and cake and that. But it's always to like sexy music. And he did this
I just
bit
don't know how I feel about
where
that.
He slaps down the like bread loaf that he's making. He slaps it down and then rolls it into like a
taps
tit.
It off.
And like taps. And we were laughing our heads off. And Dale was like, that's not like attractive. And I was like, well, I'm glad it's not attractive to you, but I don't know how I feel. I just don't know. Right, should we stay on the script? Because I feel like somebody's going to shout at us in a minute.
We're fine.
So yeah.
Yeah. So let's talk about
pits and peaks.
What we're talking about.
I don't know.
Going from 1 to 2. Children.
1 to 2.
How did you find going from 1 to 2?
Hold on, I need to kill myself quite a few times.
I mean, yeah. I like that we can joke about it now. Yeah.
I think the girls had put a reel on the other day about the true story of Mama Social.
Yeah.
And people were still messaging us going, I did not know it was that bad. And I was like, it doesn't even feel like me. That's part of me. So like they wanted to, though.
A different version.
Yeah. But have I told you this?
What?
That my ovaries have woken up.
Did you mention this last week? You've definitely said it to us at some point.
But I feel like because I feel because of my postnatal and my PTSD, nonsense, that robbed me.
That's not nonsense, by the way.
I know it's not nonsense. Let's not dampen it down.
Yeah.
The shit. I feel like I really got robbed of my journey of the transition to 1 to 2. Because there's some parts where I'm like, I can't remember. Oh, Wonder Weeks are one of our brand partners, right?
Yeah.
And they'd put on one of their stories, or it was a reel or something, about like, you know, when a baby nurses and they make that, I couldn't remember that. I listened to that reel and it was like I'd gone back, you know, like PTSD where you're like, oh.
Yeah.
And I got all of the feelings again. And I was like, I've blocked out so many things to like crack on with life.
Yeah.
And yeah, that I've never had that before where it like bounces you back.
Like a trigger.
Like I had triggers like in that first year, that was the PTSD part. But like now when I'm well, it was like a real like blow to me gut, like a proper gut wrenching, like, oh fuck, like, yeah, them things that you're supposed to go, because the thing was the best noise in the world.
Yeah.
And I was like, whoa, that is the fucking worst noise.
Mm-hmm.
And I know it's the best noise, but I feel like I was robbed of that noise, even though I had it with Freddie. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I don't, but I do.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what you mean, but I know what you're saying.
Understand.
Yeah.
Yeah, so my ovaries are going, it's time. And I'm 36. Am I 36 yet?
What the hell are you asking me for?
July. I'm 36
in July.
I'm 36 this year. So I could be premenopausal from 35 to 45. Like, at some point in the very near future, it's not even going to be a discussion about having babies.
Yeah, you just
so
won't be able to.
I feel like my body's going, you have
Go
control.
on then.
Off you pop.
Would you?
So last weekend, when we were in Harrogate, not last weekend, the weekend before, I was talking about this to Dale. I said, if you said to me tonight when we were drunk, I'll leave it in, we'd be pregnant. Because my mother instinct is like raging at the minute. But then she's going, you've just stopped paying for therapy. You've just got your life back.
Yeah.
You've got shit to do. Stop fucking about. But yeah, I think I might have another baby. No, it's weird. So the 1 to 2, I feel my journey was a lot different to the traditional, like, just feeling overwhelmed with having too many things to do.
Yeah.
The juggling part is mental. Do you know what I mean?
Oh,
I feel like I'm just talking a lot today. I'm so sorry.
I know,
I think it's the heat.
Well,
I'm drinking cups of tea.
It's fine. Yeah, the juggling is...
Can you hear this? Sorry, if I waft.
Can you hear the waft? A little bit.
What waft is it?
Sit back and waft.
I feel like I'm getting sweaty teas.
There's no sweat patches.
Okay.
And it's only me looking at them, even, well, it's not, there's cameras, but you know, but there's no sweat patches under the boobs, I wouldn't worry.
Right, come on then.
So I feel like it's like juggling, right? You're juggling, few balls, but then someone's just whacking them off your head. Someone's flinging them off your head constantly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a fucking circus. Mm-hmm. And you've got 2 dogs, you mad bastard.
You know what? Apparently, because I feel like I am overstimulated a lot at the minute. Like my overstimulation levels are like through the roof. But apparently there's some kind of like headphones that you can get and put in that like...
I've seen these. So you can
loop
still
or
hear,
something. But they
it's
take
the
some of the
ADHD,
noise. You can get them for a
Loops.
few different things, I think. You can get them... I think there's a few different versions of them for different things. But I'm so tempted to try them because honestly, leaving the house with a crying baby, a shouting toddler, one dog that won't stop crying at your feet, the other one that's like howling in the background. It's
and
just...
a Glen.
Sometimes a Glen. It's worse when it's me mum. When I'm trying to leave the house and me mum's there. And me mum like just makes everything a much bigger deal than it needs to be. And like she'll shout at the dogs. And I think just stop shouting at the dog. Like
I need less noise.
I need less noise. And everyone's making so much noise. Just stop shouting at me dog. But she really can't stand me dogs at the minute. It's quite sad. She used to love Smokey.
Yeah.
So much. I always say, well, I hope you don't feel like this about my kids. Like, love the first one loads and the second one comes along and you can't stand either of them. But yeah, I feel like going from 1 to 2 kids, it's definitely a harder adjustment than going from 0 to 1.
Yes.
Like, I think 0 to 1 it's a shock to the system because everything's so different and so new.
You can just sit down.
I can't even tell you how many series on Netflix that I watched. Just sitting and chilling and cuddling and having little naps and just lovely. I can't do that anymore.
No.
And then there's so many... I've been so conscious of like how Oaks feels about me obviously coming home with another baby, him adjusting to that and like the way that I speak to him and everything. I've been so... I never wanted him to feel left out. I never wanted to blame the baby for anything. That's one of the things
I can't do this because I'm doing this.
Yes. So I would never blame the baby for something. I would never be like, no, I can't help you with that right now because Ovi's asleep. You be quiet because Ovi's asleep. I'm always like, oh, can you be a little bit quieter because Mummy's got a bad head? Like I always try and I'm just very conscious.
Hold on, before you move on, do you... well, no, I already know the answer.
What?
You know how some people like really tiptoe around when the baby's
I'm definitely
asleep?
No.
Like I was hoovering.
The noise in my house.
That's why I stopped talking. So like I was hoovering around them. Like they both can sleep through anything now. But there is some parents that are like
that are really Well, I feel like because both of mine were in neonatal, they're used to noise anyway because of all the constant beeping, people being around them. But like Ovi doesn't even flinch when both the dogs start barking. Like
no, I was in the
centimeters
house.
away from his head. Like he's not bothered in the slightest. So yeah, be very conscious of the way that Oaks feels. Like I don't want him to feel left out or anything because I didn't want him to act out. But he acts out anyway. So then I'm like...
He's grown out of that part though, hasn't he?
So he went through a phase of like tantrums, which was really, really hard.
It's just attention seeking though.
Yeah, it's attention seeking 100%. Then obviously I needed a potty train. I don't know why I did that when I had a 2-month-old baby.
But you needed to do it.
I know I needed to do it, but like when I started to do it, I was like, why have I like succumbed to the pressure of society to try and get my toddler potty trained before he's 3 and made me life actual hell. Actual hell. When I started a potty train, it started to affect his sleep. Now he won't get out of my bed. My perfect sleeper, who slept from 6:30 p.m. until 7 a.m. for nearly 2 years, will not get out of my bed. My back is broken.
You need a chiropractor.
Exactly.
I'll come and record with the microphone.
Lovely. I need a good massage is what I need. I need elbows in my back and everything. But I just feel like everything's just kind of like turned upside down and back to front and doing flips and that. And I'm just trying to, I'm doggy paddling in the middle.
Like Fred, when Eva came along, he was...
How old was Freddie when Eva was born?
Same age.
3? So 2.5?
2.5, 3.
So
he's
just
just
like,
turned 6, she's turned 3.
So so it's the same age gap.
And he was a nightmare.
Really?
About leaving me. He was awful to Dale's mum, and you know how like involved Lou is with the kids, like, and that broke her heart. Like, she would come in and he'd be like, "Get out, go away," and he was like,
but you know what? Oaks has been a bit like that with my mum.
Weird. And all I kept saying to her was, like, I went in the hospital. He thought Mammy was coming home the next day with a baby. And I just didn't for a very long time.
Yeah.
And not a very long time, a week. But, like, I feel like kids are a lot more intelligent than adults
what
think.
We think.
So if they're just sitting in the room or sitting about playing and you're having conversations about how unwell I was or something.
Yeah.
He's
picking it up.
Because as soon as I got home, he was like on eggshells around me and how I was. And I remember going to the doctors. I think I might have said this once. Sorry if I have. But and I was going to the doctors for a blood test, and he was hysterical.
Thinking that you were not going to come back for a bit.
And I need to come with you, Mammy. I need to come.
Yeah.
You can't leave me again, Mammy. And I was like, I'm going to it was like a few weeks after I'd got back from hospital. Mm-hmm. And he was a nightmare with me leaving.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really so much like either. It was more me. But then that was a lot of pressure on me.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly when everything was a bit hot messy. So yeah, it's overwhelming. But now they are amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait to watch them grow up together. Like, I really can't.
Well, and the one's a boy, one's a girl, obviously.
Yeah.
But
obvious.
But like every morning, Eva's up early, isn't she? Freddie gets up and they run together and cuddle. Morning, like that card with the princess. Like, he adores her. Mm-hmm. It reminds us of my brother.
Yeah.
Like, we were inseparable as kids. And yeah, I think it's just lush to have a sibling. Yeah, so
just
anybody out there thinking
lush for them to have a sibling, just hell for us to raise them
for the first 3 years.
Yeah, it's just, you know what, I've found myself being like quite anxious to go anywhere with them by myself.
Really?
Yeah.
See,
not like anxious, but I'm like, especially when I started potty training Oaks as well, because if I go to a soft play. Mm-hmm. And I've got Ovi in a car seat, a pram, whatever, Oaks needs the toilet. Like, where am I going? Where's the baby gone?
Yeah. Did you not have one of them? Oh, we're going to talk about potty training next week, I think.
Yeah, we'll do a full
deep dive.
A full deep dive into potty training. But my best friend, which I absolutely detested when I had Oaks, is a baby carrier. I couldn't stand carrying Oaks. Couldn't stand having him on us, and I think it's because he was born like in a heat wave, and I can't deal with the heat very well.
Clearly, I can't.
So I hated carrying him because I was always just so hot and sweaty, and I just had that weird skin thing where like my armpits were allergic to sweating. I used to come out. I used to come out in a really big rash. So I hated carrying Oaks, but it's all right with Ovi because it's been a bit cooler, and I have to. I have no choice, or I won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
But I go to soft plays with Ovi strapped to us. We go for little walks with Ovi strapped to us.
Carrier's a mint though.
Yeah. Would highly recommend a carrier to anyone going from
advocate of
1 to 2.
Oh, yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
A carrier will be your best friend.
You've just got arms then, haven't you?
Yeah. However,
oh dear.
Did you see on my Instagram when I did this? Because I'm just not very good at a squat. Not very good at
them
a
thin
squat.
Pins you've got.
And like, you know, if you actually need to pick something up off the floor when you've got a baby strapped to your stomach, like to get down, I can get down, but I can't get back up very well. You know, I'm lacking a bit of strength. Haven't trained for a very long time or anything like that. I can do everything with my toes.
Oh,
I can do absolutely everything with my toes. It's brilliant. I can pick anything up. Absolutely anything.
Like we need to do.
Well, I'm not going to get my foot out right now.
Why? They are a beautiful trainer. I looked at them earlier.
Oh, thanks.
I wish you were my size.
Big feet. It's probably why I'm so good with the toes. Big feet, big long toes. So yeah.
How did we get onto that?
Carrier.
Yeah. Should we go to our next segmento? But first,
come at me with it.
I will waft.
Let Kayleigh have a 5-minute waft.
It's just insane.
Drink some water.
You know what? This is strange. I like hot things when I'm hot.
It's the most backwards thing I've ever heard. Then you're just going to sweat even more.
I don't think so. I think it does the opposite.
Do you?
I
totally disagree.
We'll
I think you're making yourself hotter by drinking that cup of tea.
Probably.
Mm-hmm.
Probably. I had a really vivid thing there of an ex-boyfriend. This is when we're like teenagers. His dad had told, I'd burnt my hand cooking or doing something.
And he told you to put it under hot water.
And he told us to put it under hot water.
You know what? You've burnt yourself. Oh.
So
I used to do that with sunburn to try and take the sting out.
Mad bastard. So I put it on. I thought I was dying. I took it off. I went home, told my dad, and he said, if you ever fucking do that again, I'm going to slap you.
Well, yeah, because you're just making it worse.
He was like, you need cold water. So maybe I've got everything backwards. Yeah. It is quite nice to have hot tea. So, should we move on to our next segmento?
Is this fact of the week? Because I'm actually really sad that I forgot to put the poll on Instagram to see if people enjoyed the fact of the week.
Well,
I will do that this time. But come on, hit me with your fact.
Fact of the week. So, pregnancy might actually be contagious.
What?
Analysis of the pregnancy timing of more than 30,000 German women found that pregnancy spreads in workplaces. In the year after a colleague had a baby, there was an uptake, let's go with uptake, in the first pregnancies in the same office. And families are contagious too. A Norwegian study of more than 110,000 sibling pairs shows that siblings have a relatively strong influence on each other when it comes to their first pregnancy. Every one of my friends, there was 6 of us, all had babies a month apart. Freddie.
Yeah, but it's not contagious.
It's contagious.
Like, you're talking about it as if it's an STI.
It is sort of. The sperm goes in and makes...
But yeah, but like, it's not contagious. Do you know what I mean? I'm not going to touch you and catch it.
No, but it's probably thought contagious.
Yeah. That me and my group of friends, I think there's 6 or 7 of us, and we've had, I think...
Sorry for the one that you've forgotten about. 6, maybe 7.
6, maybe 7. I can't be bothered to count them on my one hand right now. I think we've had either 13 or 14 children between us in like 3 years.
I don't know why I did my face like that. I think that's probably the same with us.
Yeah.
So it is, you know, what's that thing when your periods align?
Where they just go in sync.
Yeah.
They sync up.
In sync.
But I don't know if there's like an actual word for...
That's a different band.
The periods are contagious too then.
Well, no, they just link with each other.
If I touch you, I'll come on mine.
Possibly.
Maybe.
But no, I think it's the thought. Like, you go, oh, I'm pregnant.
I need to say something about periods. So I've had my first period, right, since having a baby. It was all right, you know.
Really?
It was all right.
Yeah. Mine are only just starting to damp
period pants. But you know what I've got?
What?
A period thong.
I've just burped.
Yeah, that was like a weird little frog in your throat. What was that? So I had a period thong.
I've been following. Where are you from? I can't speak.
Gotyu. Gotyu. Gotyu is the brand of period pants that I've got. They are...
Do they work?
So comfortable. Absolutely love them. But I've got a thong.
I want
a period thong. A period thong is like life-changing.
Right. Will you send us the sexy hoof man and
sexy
the period
thong?
Because period pants are the best thing ever.
100%.
The best thing.
I feel like we spoke about them last week as well. Did we?
Me and Tash went to the theatre last night, and she was talking about incontinence pants as well.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, well, can't they
Are they
not
not the
just
same
use
thing?
period pants? She said it's different absorption rates. And I'm
something.
like, fuck me, there's something for everything. How do you feel? This will probably be its own little podcast. But have you seen them like cups that you can insert?
What, in you like a period cup thing? Yeah.
I don't know how I feel. How would I get it out without spillage?
I don't think you could. Could you? I don't know. I just like period pants.
I love period
I like to feel free. I like to feel like I'm on my period when I'm on my period.
So you know what I did? Me overstepping my boundaries again, a bit like last week's blanket debate. I was in Superdrug last week and there was a woman with a newborn looking at sanitary pads and Tampax. She had all different ones and I was like, excuse me. Dale looked at us with, what the fuck are you doing? I went, have you tried period pants? And she was like, no. I was like, you'll never go back. And she went, where do I buy them? We were in Teesside Park. I said, put them down and go to Marks and Spencer's right now. And she went, thank you. And disappeared. Went to Marks's. So I'll never meet this woman ever. But I really hope that she loved them.
I hope that she did as well. I hope that she went and got the period pants, and I hope that she thinks about you every night she's got them on.
Thank you. Because, like the cheer from a sanitary pad, the uncomfortableness of and I know you shouldn't be able to feel your Tampax, but I feel like since having kids, mine just slowly falls out.
Does it? See, I don't actually bleed that much.
Oh,
I'm not a heavy bleeder, so sometimes when I pull a tampon out, it drags.
I hate that. Right. So I do believe this is not contagious in the way that you think, like cough, splutter, COVID.
Yeah.
I feel like the thought is contagious. Oh, right. Steve and Janet's had another baby. Let's have another baby.
Maybe I'll have another baby.
So there we are. Fact of the week.
Fact of the week.
Which one did we go with?
I don't know.
Because we did about 5 million of them. Here you are, dear.
Thanks.
Why can't you keep yours on your chebble? Does your man say chebble?
What? No.
Is it a pit yakking thing?
A what?
Like we're pit yackers. You're a Mackham. We're pit yackers from East Durham.
Well, my mum's actually from Hartlepool, so technically my mum's a monkey hanger.
She's a monkey hanger.
Right, okay, so I have got a mum, Phil, parenting Phil,
excited
from our DMs.
Go. Share your shit. Share your shit.
Hi girls, love listening and so glad you're finally back. Thank you.
Very welcome.
I'm Louise and I'm a mum of a 9-year-old daughter.
She didn't want to be kept anonymous.
Well, it says I'm Louise, so I'm saying I'm Louise. I'm Louise and I'm a mum of a 9-year-old daughter. On Valentine's Day this year, my daughter came home from school upset because no one had given her a Valentine's card. Aww. Later on that evening, my husband came in from work with a card for her. He said someone had posted it through the door. He'd actually bought it. Oh. She was absolutely over the moon. However, her smile quickly changed when she read it. She burst into tears and began screaming that she had a stalker because my husband had signed it with a question mark. We had to quickly tell her
how old she
it was her dad to calm her down. That's the most random thing that I've ever...
Is that it?
That's it. That was it. So
how would the 9-year-old know what a stalker is? That's my concern.
But surely, I'm sorry, but a 9-year-old will know about baby reindeer.
Absolutely fucking not.
Will they not?
They should not.
9?
Think back to when you were 9.
No, I know, but it's not like that anymore, Kayleigh. It's not like that. We didn't have Instagram and TikTok with every clip of everything on there.
Kirby. What a game.
I loved Kirby.
What a fucking
I used to go
game.
up and down the street on my roller skates. Backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards. So a 9-year-old will know about like baby reindeer and stuff like that. They'll know what stalkers are.
They shouldn't.
But why?
This might be controversial and I might be getting a Janice review here, but I don't think no fucking 9-year-old should have a phone. What do they need a phone for?
Don't know. Like, everyone else has got one.
Nah. I just think
my 3-year-old would have a phone if I gave him one.
No, well, yeah. But like, they didn't need apps and TikTok and like, no.
I know, but it is that whole thing, isn't it, of are they're not like left behind, but because you know that loads of other kids are doing it, then are they going to feel like they're missing out on
probably
stuff?
But I think if we're all in agreement that none of them get them, then life would be a lot easier.
At what age, right, do like you start letting your kids go out and about?
In the street, we were always just out and about at like 5, 6, 7.
Oh God, that fills me with fear.
But I couldn't think of anything worse right now. Dee, one of my best friends, her house is overlooking a tiny little park in their estate, and they're 9 and 6. So Paul has been letting them go to the park, but stands in Remy's bedroom watching,
at the window.
Like
that was like my sister when I was going up and down on my roller skates in the street. My sister used to stand at our bedroom window staring at us.
So I think when Freddie or Eva starts going out, they're allowed
then you
a phone.
want them to have a phone, yeah, because I want to see where they are at all times.
On them. I want something
like
in their body.
I was with my sister yesterday at my mum's, and she's got kids. She's got a daughter who's 18 and a son that's coming up 15, and she was constantly checking to see where they are, and now I feel like I'll be like that.
But I don't think you need it at 9.
Right. But anyway, should we actually just quickly speak about this dilemma? Because
so it was really
that wasn't
nice.
The dilemma.
No, it wasn't. But it was really nice that the dad did that. I thought that was
I think
lovely.
that's lovely that the dad did that. But what I feel like is your 9-year-old daughter needs to know that her worth is not... What am I trying to say? Her worth is not measured by Valentine's cards from lads at school.
Yeah.
They mean nothing.
Jack shit.
And that's that.
But thank you for sentencing your feel. But yeah, my friend told us one yesterday quickly.
Go on then.
This was years ago, I remember it. And you know, when somebody starts telling you a story and you go, this was a gem. She'd gone camping. The bairn was about 7. She was in the shower lathering up, and she could hear the bairn like, bow, bow, bow. Like couldn't really hear what she was saying, but she was like doing high-pitched noises. She came out of the camping showers, the whatever shower block, and the bairn was running around with her. Can you remember when Anne Summers did a lipstick bullet?
Yep.
And she was shouting, lipstick laser, running around the shower with a friggin' vibrator.
Stunning.
Perfect. So, there we are. What's next on the agenda?
The end.
Oh, no.
It's over.
No,
for one more week.
Leave me this way.
So join us again next week. When hopefully Kayleigh isn't sweating buckets.
I think I've lost 3 stone.
Worse things have happened to people. I wish I had.
And tit crack. Look at that.
What? Her fingertips are glistening. She's just rubbed her cleavage and it's now dripping on the floor.
You know what? Is it cleavage or cleaverage?
Cleavage.
So I always say the other one, cleaverage.
What's cleaverage?
Well, I thought there was cleavage, but I genuinely thought it was cleaverage and thought everyone was saying it wrong.
Oh.
For 35 years.
Well.
Me and my cleavage are going to go and wipe. So, thank you very much.
Cold shower for Kayleigh.
Oh my God. And a hot tea.
Backwards.
So do you think?
So please, guys, get involved. Follow us on Instagram. Even the Janices. I welcome it. I really do.
Yes. Please.
Constructive criticism, always.
I hope she was less showy.
Same. I hope I was too. I don't really care if I wasn't. So yeah, please leave us a rating, a review.
Yes.
Please follow us. Please engage with our content. Please get in touch with all of your shit. And
share your shit.
Share your shit. And we will see you next week. This episode of Mama Social, the podcast, was filmed and produced by Flamingo Heights Podcast Studio.
Lauren, I'll see you soon.
See you soon.
I don't like
Why
you
you say
soon,
Lauren?
soon.
Just say see you soon.
Steve.
Because we're talking to our listeners.
Oh.
See you soon.